Delmarva. I'm Maggie Rogers from Easton, Maryland, here at WBOC's Historic Studio D. Delmarva Life starts right now.
She sounds like she knows what she's doing.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure she does.
Cannot wait to hear from Maggie later on.
Yeah, we have Maggie performing for us later on. Good afternoon, everyone. It is Tuesday, February 7th. I'm Lisa Bryant.
I'm Jimmy Hopple. Welcome to Historic Studio D for Delmarva Life.
And we'd like to welcome our studio audience today. Give a round of applause. I'm excited. We have a fun show today.
It's going to be jam-packed. We're going to have a hard time squeezing everything in.
We'll do it somehow.
Did you bring the shoehorn?
Did I? Oh, no.
Because I don't know how we're going to fit it in.
Oh, we'll do it. We'll do it.
I was walking out of Nanticoke Memorial Hospital last night.
Oh.
Saw one of those beautiful sunset pictures that you think this ought to be on a postcard.
Right, right.
Looking down the Nanticoke towards the Blades Drawbridge, that just absolutely, we have been getting a bunch of these beautiful evenings.
What is with that? I've noticed lately we've been getting a lot of beautiful sunsets, beautiful colors, purples and reds and pinks and everything. And of course, people are sending the pictures in. We love them on Facebook.
And it's been a warm winter.
Yeah.
And started talking to somebody this morning about, you know, gosh, it's going to be great like this. We're not going to have any snow. And then suddenly we started getting the emails, some of them from George Jackson in American Corner, as a matter of fact, and bringing up all these historical points of all the heavy March snowstorms.
Oh, yeah.
So we're not out of it yet.
Oh, no. Winter is still in full force.
Still on the way.
All right.
Well, hot topics today. We've been talking about this for, I guess, several days now.
Yeah.
Riding horses on the Ocean City beaches.
Yeah, yeah.
And the town council went ahead and passed it.
Yeah, it is official. You can now buy a permit to ride your horse on the Ocean City beaches during the off season. This video right here was shot in New Jersey, where they're already doing it. So that means
there's been concerns. You know, is this a good idea or a bad idea?
There's the concern right there.
There's a lot of people worried about bacteria and whether or not there's going to be some cleanup. So actually, we got some response on Facebook about whether or not this was a good idea or a bad idea. Meg Hawkins Burns, I'm sorry, said, sad. It's very hard on the horses to ride on a beach.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I really don't know a whole lot about horses. This is from Brittany. She says, this is awesome. I would love to take my horses riding on the beach. People used to ride horses every day for hours upon hours in all kinds of terrain. I guess, and I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong, but it just depends on what kind of shoes you have on them.
I would think shoes, and if you keep them on the wet sand, it's pretty firm out there. But see, it brings up questions in my mind. I mean, during the off season, to bring in more money, which I think is great.
Right.
You could create jobs. You've got the beach patrol. You could have the pooper scooper patrol, right? Could you have a horse stand on the boardwalk?
I don't know.
How much does it cost to park your horse? See, there's all kinds of money involved here.
Entrepreneurial mind just going. We're
making money here somewhere.
I just want to know, there are fines if your horse does leave behind some stuff.
$500 fine if you don't clean up after your horse.
I want to know who's going to enforce that. Who's going to be, you know, behind those horses? Oh, there you go.
I don't want that job.
No, you don't want that job.
I think this is yours.
Well, some good news coming out of Kent County. The Dover Library Foundation has received a huge donation, $100,000 toward their capital campaign for the new Dover Public Library, which is to be built soon. There's a picture of the what it's going to look like when it's all done. The Dover donation is from Jim A. Flood Sr. and his wife Mary to honor the support, the community support of the Dover Post. This right here is video of the construction of that library. So that is great news.
So thank you to the family. That is an awesome way to step up for Kent County, Delaware. Thank you for that.
More libraries, more books, more literacy.
It is amazing how people will step up when you really need them to, and sometimes people you don't even expect.
Yeah.
And it's really a shame when some people step up that you wish wouldn't.
Really?
You know the whole band thing that was going on in Ocean City for Baby Ava?
Oh, yeah,
the fundraiser?
yeah.
Guess what happened? They caught a guy on video stealing a $125 umbrella that had been auctioned off. Here's the security video.
Beer in one hand, umbrella
Umbrella
in the other.
See,
Do
you
you know
gotta
who
go.
that guy is?
If
Take a
you have
good
any
look.
ideas, go ahead and call the police because he hasn't been identified yet that we know
Yeah,
of.
I don't know how you could go to a fundraiser for such a good cause. Baby Ava, of course, in that accident back in December. There she is. Well, such a sweetheart, and she's doing really well. She's had to go through some surgeries at Johns Hopkins, but at any rate, raising money to offset the medical costs for the Del Rico family. They raised over $7,000 at that particular fundraiser,
yeah.
and then someone shows up and steals something that could potentially raise hundreds more. What are you thinking?
Give us just a few minutes with you in a closed, dark room. Everything will be
I'll
fine.
let you take care of that one.
You know what? I'm not going to ask you this question. I'm going to put this on me.
Okay.
Okay. I probably don't wash my hands as often as I should.
Oh,
And
that's good to know.
Well, that's why I'm trying to be careful about how I say it because I wasn't going to put that up on you.
Who shook Jimmy's hand this morning?
No, see, what's even worse, I didn't shake anybody's hand, so now I'm afraid I'm really telling.
Oh,
no,
no.
the reason I'm bringing that up is, you know, they've got the hand sanitizer gel and all this kind of
Yeah,
stuff,
yeah.
and guys are statistically the worst, and I will say that I've gotten better about this, statistically the worst about walking out of the bathroom without washing their hands.
Ew.
And it is. It's horrible. It's nasty. But did you know they did something in Long Island that hasn't been done before? They mounted cameras to monitor the sinks and the hand sanitizer outside of rooms to see if they could improve how much people actually clean their hands
Now,
the way they're supposed to.
Do people know that those cameras are there?
They know that they're there. In fact, they also put up LED signs outside that said, "Great job, great shift, keep up the good work," things like that. So the research was to see if they were monitored and encouraged if I can't think of the word, the rate of compliance. Couldn't come up with the word.
Yeah.
The compliance rate would improve. They found beforehand 6-point-something% of everybody washed and cleaned their hands. 6.7%.
That's
Is
like
that ridiculous?
6 people out of 100?
Out of 100
Maybe
would
almost.
actually do what they're supposed to do. So they put up these cameras and they put up these LED signs to see, you know, is this going to help any? And it actually went, and the people knew they were being observed. It went up to 85%. 85%
Because they
from
knew they were being
because
watched.
they knew. And then after that, it stayed at 89%.
Huh.
So I thought it was fascinating, and I'm thinking, well, wait a minute, they're going to put cameras on me? I don't want them watching me. But they didn't gather like any personal information or anything like that. It was just something, we're watching you, wash your hands.
So the bottom line is we need to put cameras in the bathroom here and tell you they're there.
I'm watching you. Did you wash your hands?
Every time I see you walk in the bathroom, I say, Jay, just like my kids. Hey, there's some new interesting information about the rich and how they are different from you and me.
This was one of the most fascinating things. A new report looked at the decline in marriage rates and associated it with how much money people made.
Okay.
So what they discovered was the more money you make, the more likely you are to get married.
That's interesting.
And it seems like it would go the other way around.
That's
because
what I thought.
Two incomes would make things better, so you'd think more people.
Right.
That's not how it works.
Interesting.
And it affected men more than it did women. Of course, then who would want to marry a poor guy?
Yeah,
So-
I know. Yeah, okay, now we're really
Yeah.
getting to the bottom of
Maybe
this.
that's
The
logic right
rich
there.
men are getting married more than the poor men.
Right. Yeah. So.
All right.
there
I
might
bet
be
you there's a lot of other interesting findings we could point out there as well.
Can we just move on?
Let's just move on. Let's move
we talked
on to
about guys'
Tom
dirty
Brady
hands.
and his supermodel wife. Speaking of the rich.
Explain this to me, because I heard about this, but I'm really not
you
up
haven't
to
seen the
speed on all of
video
it.
yet?
No, I haven't seen it.
Okay, well, the Patriots say there's no finger pointing after the Super Bowl loss, but Patriots quarterback Tom Brady's wife, supermodel Gisele Bundchen, was caught on camera complaining about dropped passes and that doomed the team to a 21-17 loss
So
to
she
the
wasn't complaining
New York Giants on Sunday. She wasn't
about Tom's
complaining about
performance.
Tom's performance. She was complaining about everybody else's performance. She was actually in a hallway and then on an elevator with other Patriots wives when she was
And saying this
and
stuff?
she was just going off. Now, one thing I did see was that she was really being egged on too. I don't know if you saw the video. Well, you
haven't seen
didn't.
it,
You
no,
didn't
huh?
see it. I saw it last night on Entertainment Tonight. There were people out there saying, you know, yelling at her and heckling at her about how her husband lost the game. So, you know, there's only so much you can take, but, you know.
She's saying, nuh-uh.
No. And I think just in the heat of the whole, you know, emotional.
And there were some passes that were dropped, but.
Yeah, but, you know, you just keep quiet. If you don't have anything good to say, don't say anything at all.
Super Bowl. Talking about Super Bowl.
Yeah, again.
Super Bowl parties. Anybody go to Super Bowl party? Yes. Yes.
Clap your hands.
Oh, everybody went to Super Bowl party.
Wow.
We're glad you made it today.
Why didn't you invite us?
Charlize Theron.
Yeah,
that's their name, right?
Theron. Yeah, beautiful actress.
Went to a Super Bowl party. Like a lot of people did, and took in some beverages, just like a lot of people do. But take a look at this picture of what she was carrying.
Do you recognize that? She is carrying a case of Dogfish Head, Delaware's own. I think that is the 60-minute IPA.
Now, you just visited them.
I did. I just don't. So I know all about their beer. But yeah, she has a case. I don't know what's on top of that, but she has a case. And look at her carrying 2 cases in those high heels and everything. Yeah, heading to the party. It said that beer is for hardcore beer drinkers. So.
The hardcore enthusiast.
Yeah, the hardcore enthusiast. So
that's pretty cool though, seeing her carry that.
Yeah.
Wow. Now this was something else that you saw that I haven't even seen this yet.
I have to admit, the guys over at Proggy 99.9 brought this up to my attention. The Humane Society of New York enlisted a fashion photographer, his name is Richard Phibbs, to take glamour shots of their available animals instead of just, you know, those pictures of them looking sad behind the cages and everything.
Yeah.
Look at this. These are the pictures that this photographer took of some of the animals at the Humane Society up in New York. How could you not? How could you say no to that?
Yeah, no kidding.
Adorable. Look at this guy. Look at that guy.
I want that one.
Apparently it worked. The shelter saw a 50% increase in adoption applications. The second time that he did this, that went up to 75%.
Really?
Yes. 60% of the animals that he photographed were adopted.
Wow.
So it's just another way of, you know, using your talents for the greater good.
So he just volunteered to do this?
He volunteered to do this.
Wow.
Up in New York, yes.
That's
adorable
incredible.
pictures.
We need to do that around here.
We need somebody to step up and take adorable pictures of the animals at the Humane Society.
I can't take unadorable pictures, so I'm afraid I'm out. Sorry. Otherwise, I'd do it. Well, up next on Delmarva Live, since we're talking about our little four-legged friends, facing our four-legged friends and finding them a forever home. Brian Spiros is at the SPCA in Kent County, Delaware.
Yeah, he'll introduce us to some furry friends who need a place to call home. Delmarva Live, life at its best here on Delmarva.
Delmarva Life is brought to you by Sussex County Federal Credit Union, guiding you to your financial future, and Peninsula Regional Medical Center, honored to serve the entire Delmarva Peninsula since 1897.